What's going on, you guys? So check it right. Welcome to the first edition of On the Come Up, and today we'll be focusing on a young prospect who goes by the name of K Rev. Now, Rev is from Soweto, or Midlands to be exact, and he was raised in Naledi. Now, because he had a love for reading, Rev took that love and developed it into poetry, and him becoming an artist was spearheaded by a friend of his who pretty much convinced him to start making music in 2010. Now, besides being a musician and a poet, Rev also considers himself to be a sound engineer, even though he might not have the qualification for it. Now, Rev draws inspiration from artists like J. Cole, referencing 2014 Forest Hills Drive as an album which he saw as poetry on hip-hop instrumentals. Now, another artist he drew inspiration from is Nasty C, and when confronted about sounding like him, he definitely gives pushback because he feels like he's already developed his own sound. Now, K Rev seems to be one of the few hip-hop artists who is self-aware of the current climate in the SA music industry, where some rappers are a bit reluctant to jump onto Amapiano since it wouldn't fit their brand or their image because it would dilute their sound of hip-hop in its purest form. But that isn't the case of Rev. He predominantly raps in English when strictly doing hip-hop, so he can reach a wider audience, but when doing Amapiano, he raps in vernac to sound more relatable.
You mostly do English rap, right?
Yeah,
you mostly you're not dabbling into the vernac.
Yeah.
You mostly just on the English raps.
100%. Yeah.
And why is that?
I don't know, man. I like I've observed the industry, and a lot of people that have done hip hop, they already mixing it, you know.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people already mixing it,
Sure.
you know. And I condone that 100%. But for me, I just don't feel comfortable with it because I just want to be different in a way myself. But when I do a different genre, like I'm a piano, that's when I switch up, you know. That's when I give it.
So you also
piano
do
feel.
You still do piano. You also doing piano now.
Yeah. I also do piano.
And when you say you switch it up, excuse the pun, I'm just saying. But I mean, like, what does that do for you? Like, what's different when you do switch it up? Like, do you go vernac?
Yeah, 100%. I go vernac. I don't put even a slight element of English there.
Right.
You know, it's just like vernac straight. Give you piano straight.
Because
hip-hop straight.
let's talk about like Nasty when he dropped Zulu Man with Some Power.
Yeah.
That's right. That's what it was, right? I mean, it sounded so weird to hear him rap in Zulu.
100%. Yeah.
And even when he did do the Zulu verses, it was like, but this one is not the one, right?
I get that. Yeah.
Compared to when you listen to like a Big Zulu.
100%.
Big
yeah.
Zulu shires you with them verses, you know, understand? Like, it becomes more authentic, you know what I mean? And that's what I think, you know, sometimes when people rap too much in English, when they do go back to their mother tongue, it sounds a bit off.
It sounds a bit off, yeah, because you're not used to it, you know?
Yeah.
And comparing Big Zulu and Nasty, Big Zulu has been rapping in Zulu, so obviously he's progressed, he's become better, you know? And yeah, man, but with me, it's just different. I just don't feel that comfortable when I'm doing it. I just prefer separating them. When I'm doing piano, Zulu, when I'm doing hip-hop, English, you know?
Okay.
Maybe over time I will, you know, be...
Why piano?
Flexible. Because, man, piano, when I listen to like piano has this element, man, you know, that brings you back home type thing. You know, because you easily relate to what people are saying. So, yeah, like relating is the key to like this music thing for me. You know, we easily relate to all those people. And for me, English is like reaching a more wider audience, you know?
Okay.
Whereas a piano is just keeping it home.
Now, K Rev got his big break when he was featured on DJ Clen's album Viral, where he appeared on the track Loose Ends, which also features the vocalist MPJ. Now, the reason why so much attention was put on that track was because of the two verses he gave. I mean, Loose Ends was a standout for a reason, and it's because Rev definitely delivered. I mean, personally for me, his two verses sort of reminded me of Reese because of how hungry he sounded on that record. Not just that, it was the way he carried himself in terms of his cadence, his rapping ability, and just his overall presence throughout the song. Now, Rev had some really dope lines in that record, which I guess is why he stood out. I mean, he had lines like, "They told me wait for your turn, like my family's supposed to be struggling patiently, but it taught me that this journey's got pain that God put in place, so I'm suffering gratefully." He also said, "To make it to the top of the ranks, I casually walked in the legends domain like who let him out of his parameter. Picture me standing in frame with the greats, imposing, intruding their caliber." And he also said, "I'm known to be clumsy with the bangers, I'm dropping these songs like oopsie." Now, besides him getting that co-sign from Clen on Viral, we also had the likes of A. Reese and J. Jody show the boys some love, which is definitely a good look for him, and it must be so surreal for him to experience. So with all the hype Rev managed to accumulate from loose ends, a lot of listeners, and myself included, expected to find some music from him, but it was disappointing to find nothing, which means he didn't capitalize on the hype he had just accumulated. Now, after appearing on Viral, Rev entered a rap competition hosted by a sports scene called Put Me On, where he made it to the top 10 and was part of Team Aguilera. Now, unfortunately, he didn't win the competition, but his cypher was one of the standouts, and that was made very apparent when a lot of people in the comment section gave him praise. And the song he did for his top 10 final performance, I guess, was a small taste of what's to come. Now, since making an appearance on Clen's album, as well as entering the sports scene competition, he has released music, but in the form of a visual project titled Proof of Life, and it consists of 4 tracks, where we have him tapping into different sounds. He gave us a rap record with Varley's interlude and Bigger, some Afro beats with Bad Habits, and some vibes with Toxic Galore. So truly a versatile and gifted artist, and it will be interesting to see if he lives up to the hype, and I have no doubts he will, considering that he is talented. One thing I can say is SA hip-hop is in good hands with individuals like him. But you guys, let me know your thoughts on this. Do you think K Rev is the future when it comes to the game? And would you guys like more videos like these? Comment down below. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed. Please make sure to hit that like button if you found the content dope, and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. It's on to the next one. Peace.